Warning: this movie contains scenes of extreme, simulated violence and mayhem. Do not attempt anything you see here. You may be maimed or even killed. These are actors using various techniques to avoid harm. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Nyuk, nyuk.
There was a time, long ago, in a world called slapstick, where you can make someone laugh by taking a pie to the face, or gouging someone's eyes out, or getting hit in the head with a hammer. Now when we see those things, we just see wasted food, assault, straight up murder. Comedy's changed. Pratfalls and nonsense have given way to more subtle humor, such as faking orgasms where people eat. But does slapstick still make people laugh? Arguably. But back then, it was funny. It was a simpler time, and comedy benefited from having a larger-than-life quality. Still, back then, you didn't have a lot of options in entertainment due to censorship. Violence was rather tame. Some common subjects these days were considered taboo for film back then. And just forget about sex. When they weren't trying to convince us that certain things didn't even exist. How did Ricky impregnate Lucy? And where was the Brady's toilet? But comedy could be exaggerated. Pratfalls, slapstick, wacky sound effects, and unapologetic violence. This is The Three Stooges. Like every Batman franchise, we get an origin tale. We open at an orphanage. Wait, is that Larry David as a nun? Three babies are left on the doorstep. Holy shit, it's Jim Henson's Stooge babies. So, are they brothers? 10 years later, Moe, Larry, and Curly grow up into strange little troublemakers that appear adoption-proof. Moe gets close to getting adopted, but that falls through when he insists they do not break up the set. He stays at the orphanage with the others, and Teddy goes off to be adopted. We'll be seeing him again later. Another 25 years later, this orphanage hires a lot of weird cameos. Jane Lynch, Jennifer Hudson. Is that Kate Upton? Now adults, Moe, Larry, and Curly are played by Chris Diamantopoulos, Sean Hayes, and Will Sasso respectively. And they're still at the orphanage working as handymen. Hey, real orphans. Aw. Go away, we're here for the Stooges.
You saw Moe? Yeah, well, you're too late. What's the matter with you? You're trying to hurt someone? Why, you?
You know, people these days just can't take a chainsaw to the head the way they used to. Nobody's ever talked about this, and I realize this is going to make me sound weird, but they're now 35 years old, and they're probably virgins. I'm the first person I know to bring this up, and now you're thinking about the Three Stooges having sex. You're welcome.
Uh-oh. Is that Sister Mary Mangala?
I don't know, but the face rings a bell.
That line cracks me up every single time. Budget cuts are shutting down the orphanage. Thanks, Eisenhower. The boys have 30 days to get $800,000, but it's more about getting the Stooges out into the world and away from the nest, as they don't expect them to succeed.
Goodbye. Goodbye. Goodbye.
This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine.
Way to make it about you. Episode 2, Attack of the Stooges. We open in a motel, philandering. I get it. You can't get away from cheeky, on-the-nose jokes in a movie like this. So who are these people? Mac and Lydia, played by Craig Burko and Sofia Vergara, respectively. Let's see. A seedy motel, obvious post-sex talk of a prenup. I think someone's husband is about to get whacked. But why do the deed yourself when there are dim-witted henchmen just outside your door? Lydia offers the boys $800,000 to kill her husband. Mac pretends to be the husband to sell the plan. You've seen the kind of punishment people can take in this universe. How are they going to kill anyone? That's a good start.
That settles that.
They still think Mac is the husband, so they go to the hospital to finish him off. Posing as nurses, they get sidetracked with a baby pee fight. A baby pee fight.
Let's talk this out! Come on!
I just thank God this isn't a fertility clinic.
There he is.
They find their quarry and use the right tool to finish him off.
You got any dynamite?
Seems reasonable.
Fire in the neck hole! Take cover!
Holy shit, why are there hospitals in this universe? Getting hit by a bus sends this guy to the hospital in a full body cast, but he brushes off dynamite to the face.
The bus! They say it knocked the disease right out of me.
I don't think it works that way, but it gets the guys to back off. Hospitals apparently frown on detonating high explosives on the premises, so they need to escape.
Quick, get me the paddles. Clear!
On their way out, they run into Teddy, all grown up, that kid who was adopted instead of Mo. He turns out to be the husband targeted by Sofia Vergara. He is in so much danger! Probably. The villains are just as inept as the Stooges. Murder isn't as profitable as they hoped, so they try something more sensible. Salmon farming. Literally, farming salmon. Golf courses frown on that. So the Stooges do something I don't think I've ever seen the Stooges do. Oh god, no, not that! But then again, if Brad Jones decides to review that, I'm all in. The Stooges break up. Okay, Hollywood, you don't have to do the second act breakup thing you do in almost every movie with a relationship, right? What are they gonna do? Go out and replace him? Okay, bad example. They were fighting on a stage during an audition for a TV program. And yet nobody called the cops. Artists. Mo was immediately cast in a reality show. Well, look who's back. Now the boys have to be eliminated before her husband learns the truth. Did they really just do a boob honk? Again, he'll be fine. Oh, and Mo winds up on... Oh, fuck, I hate that show. What, were the Kardashians busy?
That's Mo. He's on TV.
They sure leave his name up a long time.
What are you, crazy? That's a song.
Here's your pepper. Shut up.
My man.
Who asked you, musclehead?
Okay, I'll watch this.
You can't just go around hitting people.
No, what can I do? This? Rare bouquet.
I can really get into this. Larry and Curly go to the lawyer that adopted Teddy. Kick him harder and in the groin. That is gold. Mr. Harder, the man who adopted Teddy in the beginning, I forgot to mention he's played by Stephen Collins. You know, I always liked his work, even when he was playing that whiny fuck on Star Trek The Motion Picture. What's he been up to lately? Let's see. They asked for help with the orphanage, but also learned the truth of why Mo wasn't adopted.
What happened was he wanted us to go back for you two, and frankly, it was too much for us.
They also realized Teddy is in danger.
Oh, that's Tero's best friend, Mac.
The murder is scheduled to happen during a party the boys aren't invited to, so of course they sneak in. More homage-paying shenanigans while they search for Teddy. But no pie fight?
Teddy, what's the matter? Come on, boy, speak to me.
Who are you?
Thank God they're safe. Oh no, what a twist. Alright, the dad's a prick.
I was calling the shots.
The wife was rich, Teddy inherited everything, wants to kill him to get the money, yada yada yada. Nothing like taking your stooges on a nice relaxing drive in the country.
What's so funny, Butterbean?
Nothing. Nippy's whiskers are tickling me.
They'll be fine. Have you not seen the rest of this movie? All this time and we have yet to have a fart joke. Mission accomplished. Dynamite won't kill people in the face. Why are you worried now? Too late to save the orphanage, but something better happened. And you can't have Kate Upton in a movie without sticking her in a swimsuit at some point. She's still a nun. I think it's in her contract. Not a complaint, just an observation. The boys get their own reality show, and that pays for the orphanage. The kids we focused on earlier get adopted, so yay. And the Stooges ride off into the sunset and ends our final episode. That was The Three Stooges. You can say Hollywood is out of ideas for all the remakes and reboots out there, but if they had to remake The Stooges, at least they did it right. The Stooges have been updated for our time, but not really. Times have changed, but they haven't. They obviously don't belong, yet nobody questions it, which makes it funny, as if this is normal. If you saw people assaulting each other like this, somebody would be calling the cops. There's a side plot with the children that thankfully doesn't pull focus from the main storyline too much, but it still ties into their motivations. These bumbling buffoons are still good guys trying to do good. Just want to save their childhood home. Larry, Moe, and Curly. What can you really say about these guys? Giving them a backstory takes away what could be called mystique, but in this story it actually explains their characters a bit. Sure, they're a trio of bumbling boobs, but they're lovable boobs. Speaking of which, Sofia Vergara's villain was a standard murderous gold digger wife, who of course is no match for the oblivious heroes. But the bad guy's ineptitude almost matches the Stooges, and frankly that's the only way they'd stand a chance. They wouldn't do well against real criminals. Could have done without the flavor of the month Jersey Shore tie-in, but I did enjoy what they did with it. The sight gags are mostly practical, and the stunts are very old school, further paying tribute to the original. The Farrelly brothers really showed a reverence and respect for the source material. The tone and pacing were perfect. My only complaint, it should have been in black and white. The casting was inspired. They really nailed the look, sound, and mannerisms of the originals. Larry, Moe, and Curly were legendary. The modern portrayals were respectful and paid homage without becoming parody or gross impersonation. Their delivery and physicality really felt Stooge-like. Breaking up the movie into 3 distinct, yet related segments also pays homage to the episodic format of the originals. Having self-contained stories within the movie kept things moving. The gags are rapid fire and the jokes are never run into the ground. That being said, I'm harping on it, but I wanted a pie fight. Of course, the violence is maintained. Paying further homage, the repercussions are equally toned down or non-existent, just like the originals. Don't try this at home, kids. You will die. The Three Stooges is a 3.5 out of 5. It's not a masterpiece, but it is funny and fiercely loyal to the source material. This movie captures the spirit, the tone, and the fun of the original Stooges. It has a sweet, innocent charm missing from a lot of today's comedies. It may not be for everyone, but if you grew up with the Stooges the way I did, you'll get a kick out of this movie. Certainly! If you like this video, give a thumbs up and subscribe. Or not, no pressure. And that little bell, ding. I don't know, do you like the Stooges? I love the Stooges, so I grew up with them and they were part of my childhood. And I like seeing them updated without being really perverted. This is The Newbie, and as always, thanks for watching.